folks, it's Jim. Got the tadpole out here today with the XB, and we got the Rover in the back. This is part of my quiver. A quiver is multiple bikes. Each bike has a different purpose. Some of you may have discovered that riding the XP on loose sand is a little more difficult when you go to a 26 or a 29-inch wheel, like in the back there on the Beast. It makes that challenge a little easier, where the XB is great for just darting and scooting around town. At moderate speeds, the bike in the back I can do high speeds on and sustain it for long periods, and it's far more efficient than the XP because of the larger wheel size. Now down here we have a trike, and the purpose of this video is people who are having neurological deficits or adaptive issues, things of that nature. I was in a wheelchair for 2 years, and so first I started on a quadricycle coming back, and then I got into, and it had 2 seats so that someone could go with me to make sure I could get back home should there be a problem. And then I went to tadpoles, which we have here today, which I'm tuning for another person who has a neurological deficit. Tried to get him on the XP. I realized immediately he's had a neurological change, whether it's a drug interaction or he's had a minor stroke. He's in his 70s. His partner's in the 70s, and they both want to ride the trails down where they're at. They have hundreds of miles of trails down there with beautiful scenery. And she's ready to go and has been riding, and he can't. And so they've tried, and they asked me to help. And so I thought maybe an electric bike might work for them first, and that's why I have the XB, to let people experience electric bikes on a smaller bike. You know, trying to put them on the Beast right off doesn't work well for most people. But this little XB is less intimidating, and that can help them start their biking experience again. But the tadpoles, I can adapt. For instance, this is a pedal modification I came up with, and I made this myself years ago. When I first got into it, I could not even hold my feet on the pedals. So stick the foot in there, and then I had a bungee cord coming off the back that goes around the ankle and straps in here and holds this part up so it can rotate while I was pedaling, and I got back into pedaling. And the point I wanted to make is you can adapt just about anything, okay? For just about any problem, we can come up with a solution for biking, right? It may mean you got to go to a tadpole, 3 wheels and stable, like my friend. He can't be on a 2-wheel bike anymore. All of us are going to change. We're going to decline as we age in different ways. Some people accelerate and some don't. Like I say, his wife, they're the same age. She is as spry as can be and can ride a regular bike. He can't keep a bike upright anymore. So a tadpole is the solution. Then we could adapt pedals for different neuropathy issues. Say your feet, you can't hold your feet on the pedals like I couldn't back then. My left leg was just completely basically weak, and I had one leg. When I got out of the wheelchair, I only had one leg, and then I went to 2. I've seen people ride with no legs, and that brings me to the point of there are programs out there that are free that many of us donate to so that we can get people back into biking, that different groups show up with all kinds of different equipment that allow you to test out different equipment to find what's right for you, and then we can adapt just about anything for just about anyone. And that's the beauty of biking and getting involved with these groups too. And they are free, so it's all by donation, and it just it's wonderful. And anyway, I had to use those groups. I did a whole year involved with a group, an adaptive group, and I learned what I could and couldn't do, and then I began to progress and progress and progress, and now you folks see me in a leg brace walking around. Well, there was a time I couldn't walk, after some injuries. And now I'm walking again, and I attribute a lot of that to biking. Just keeping the legs in motion, I think, helped to open back up the neural pathways. So I'm a huge advocate for biking, in case you haven't noticed. But it brings me peace. Getting out on the road brings me peace. I used to be an avid workout nut when I was in the military, with running and swimming and Cycling, I was a cross trainer. I've ridden all over the world. I've even ridden Gitmo. Maybe many of you have heard about Gitmo. I've ridden just about every continent in the world. I've been chased by things on bikes that make a Rottweiler look like nothing, you know what I mean, or a Mastiff or whatever. I have been chased by some serious stuff, and boy, you learn to pedal fast when that happens. But, you know, biking has been such a wonderful part of my life. I will probably never run again, but you know what? I can bike, folks. And boy, what a blessing that is to get out there and feel the wind and be free and be independent. And you know, a lot of people are changing and they're aging, and maybe that's you. But don't give up. Don't ever give up. There is an answer. There is a solution. We can find a way. Of course, it's going to involve your doctor, your physio person, and evaluations and determinations of what you can and cannot do. And today I'm helping someone go on that journey so that they can once again enjoy riding together. Just because we age, just because something happens, doesn't mean we have to stop living, you know? And biking is living to me. It brings peace, relaxation, it gets the endorphins and enkephalins going, it gets the body producing the hormones that it needs to keep rejuvenating, right? There's just so much positive with biking. So don't give up. Don't ever give up. You know, work with your doctor, work with your physio person, and we will find a way. There are groups in every state that you can go and try out as much equipment as you need to find what's right for you. And then, you know, like I said, there's people with no legs riding bikes, folks, okay? We can adapt equipment to meet just about any need. And today, that's how I'll spend my morning before the festivities begin, helping another couple get back into their road of riding. She's fine. She took right off on the XP, whereas he has neurological deficits and he can no longer be on a two-wheel bike, I don't think. And I've asked them to get a medical evaluation also, because it may be as simple as a drug interaction that could be the problem. But today, we're going to start here with the Tadpole, getting back into it. This bike's really fast. I've had this bike over 40 miles an hour. There's a lot of high-tech components on here. I can go from 33 speeds to 99. I can change it over to 99 speeds, you know, really quick. And the components on it are just insane. And that's one of the concerns I have, is he's going to, even though he's going to be in a recumbent bike, he's actually going to be able to go faster than her if he doesn't slow down, you know what I mean? And so I think they're going to have fun with that today. We're going to a safe place, a fairground, that will allow him to not have any traffic or cars to worry about, and he can just focus on riding again. And, you know, when I see people's faces light up and they once again can get their freedom and their independence, you know, folks, that is a wonderful moment when you've been a part of helping someone find their freedom and independence again. So don't give up. Don't ever give up. You may have neurological issues. You may have physical challenges. You may have numerous things. But you know what, folks? We can find a way for you. There is a way to get you back out in the wind, to allow you to feel that freedom again, that independence, and to feel that peace of what it's like to have finished another ride. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope life's treating you good. Be safe, be sane on this 4th, and Jim out.